The Clover Kingdom is one of the most powerful kingdoms in the Black Clover world, largely due to the insane strength of their mages. The strongest among them hold the title of Wizard King. Next in line are Magic Knight captains, and it requires years of practice to accumulate enough strength to become one. Devils and elves are also races that exist in the Black Clover world, and they often possess incredibly rare and powerful magic. But which of the characters' transformations found in Black Clover's story rank among the strongest in their universe? Let's find out. Number 10. Charlotte Rosalie. Nicknamed the Prickly Queen by her fellow Magic Knight captain Yami Sukehiro, Rose is a strong and level-headed woman who has a vast amount of magic power due to her lineage and training. Charlotte wields incredibly powerful briar magic that can overwhelm an opponent in mere minutes. Charlotte is currently the leader of the Blue Rose Magic Knights Guild, where she works earnestly to protect her subordinates and the citizens of the Clover Kingdom. Of all the women in Black Clover, Charlotte is the female character that fans admire the most. Charlotte does look very beautiful when she's without her helmet. The funny thing is she is still single because she can't get her true love, Yami Sukehiro. At number 9, Fuegoleon Vermilion. Fuegoleon was first introduced as the captain of the Crimson Line and by far the strongest mage in their squad, but after receiving a sneak attack from Patry, he was on the brink of death for a long time. He eventually recovered and received the flame spirit Salamander. Salamander's choice to work with Fuegoleon greatly increased his power, enabling him to compete at an even higher level than before. Fuegoleon has considerable magic, and due to decades of training, he has developed some of the most powerful flame magic seen in the series. He is also a strong believer in justice and believes that social status should play a part in it. As such, won't stand when it's being used for wrong reasons or when someone is being oppressed. At number 8, Nozel Silva. Nozel is the first son of the Silma family, and as such, he has always borne great responsibility, even in his childhood years. Nozel can be rather reserved when engaging others due to his disdain for social frivolities. Despite his usually arrogant behavior, Nozel does exhibit signs of caring for and respecting people close to him. He states that he will avenge Fuegoleon after he is injured, and later scoffs at Fanna's magic, implying that Fuegoleon's flames were far superior to hers. At number 7, Raya. Raya is an elf that served Licht many decades ago. After being reincarnated into a human as part of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, he would go on to wreak havoc against the mages of the Clover Kingdom, utilizing his imitation magic. Raya is a highly capable magician who can cast complex spells after only seeing them a limited amount of times. As an elf, Raya is loved by Mana, which enables him to surpass his limits when faced with tough enemies. Raya is one of the Third Eye members and a major general in the Eye of the Midnight Sun, as well as one of the elves from the long-lost elf tribe and Patoli's right hand. Number 6. Patoli. Patoli is the former leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, having fallen for the trickery of a devil due to his anger and hatred towards humans. This granted him access to a vast amount of power that had previously been unavailable to him. Patoli is a rare mage who attained a 4-leaf grimoire, and with it, he could use devastating light magic. Patoli would later obtain the abilities of a dark elf, which raised his overall ability even further than before. At some point later, he, Licht, and Raya were talking about the rumors of the humans going to attack. Suddenly, a magic tornado appears with a woman trapped inside. He watches as Licht saves her. Not long after, he meets Lemilio Sivamillion Clover and is surprised to see he has a 4-leaf clover like Licht. At number 5, Yami Sukehiro. Yami is the current captain of the rambunctious Black Bulls Magic Knights. He and his team are quite unique, even amongst the wacky and diverse mages of the Clover Kingdom. Yami is a foreigner who washed up on the shores of the Clover Kingdom. After Julius took a liking to the young man, he became a magic knight, and he has not looked back since that moment. Yami wields incredibly powerful darkness magic that can even slice through dimensions. Yami Sukahiro has consistently shown himself to be one of the most capable captains in the Clover Kingdom's history. At number 4, William Vangeance. William Vangeance is believed by many to be the man closest to becoming the next Wizard King. His exceptional magic means that he's easily a cut above most of his peers. Julius's belief in him also goes a long way in solidifying the claims about his abilities. William wields a tree leaf grimoire that contains world tree magic. This magic can easily launch large-scale attacks that can easily bind a mass number of enemies all at once. William's world tree magic is also capable of absorbing the magic from others, which makes him a tricky customer for even the most skilled mages. At number 3, Mereoleona Vermilion. Mereoleona Vermilion has consistently shown herself to be one of the most destructive mages in the Clover Kingdom. Through decades of arduous training, Mereoleona has consistently pushed her body far beyond its limits. This resulted in her gaining immense physical and magical power. Mereoleona uses her excessive physical abilities in conjunction with her destructive magic to create a very distinct way of fighting. She seems to grow in strength the longer the battle goes on, which means that even the strongest of mages must be wary of her. She dislikes the royal capital, so she spends most of the year out in the wilderness, hunting wild animals and basking in natural manna. Despite her dislike and initial refusal for the captaincy, she takes over when Figolian Vermilion is incapacitated and leads the Royal Knights in an attack on the Eye of the Midnight Sun, hoping to avenge her brother. At number 2, Devil aka Kotodama Magic. This devil was the major antagonist during the battle against the Eye of the Midnight Sun after tricking Patoli into following his master plan for resurrection and domination. He was ultimately stopped by the joint forces of the Clover Kingdom, but not before he used his powers to cause untold destruction. This devil wielded powerful magic that he could use by merely speaking. His spells proved to be extremely hard to counter, and were it not for certain types of magic that is effective against devils, the Clover Kingdom would certainly have fallen into ruin. Despite their power, they cannot enter the world by themselves, as the mage has to use forbidden magic and a sacrifice to summon a devil and use its power. In Clover Kingdom, once a mage's grimoire has gained 5 leaves on the clover, they will be able to possess the human and take over their body, and once they have, they can unleash their true forms and power in the living world. At number 1, Julius Novachrono. Julius Novachrono is the most powerful mage in the Clover Kingdom, having risen to the title of Wizard King. Julius is a magic geek who can often be seen wandering around the kingdom, trying to discover people with interesting types of magic. As the Wizard King, it is Julius's job to protect the Clover Kingdom, a task he gives his all to achieve every single day. Julius wields time magic, which he uses with exceptional skill, and most mages would never stand a chance of beating him in a fair fight. Due to his childish nature, Julius also has a penchant of leaving his duties as the Wizard King or intentionally leaving while high-ranking knights are in the same room as low-ranking knights, even though he is aware that they would eventually clash. These are our top 10 Black Clover transformations. What do you think? Did we miss any others? Let us know your top 10 in the comments section below.